Adam Henrique. Gritty and off to an excellent start this season as we're underway. Draisaitl with the opening faceoff, but I know you appreciate those games played milestones.
Do I ever? It's a long journey and it takes a lot of desire, a lot of will, perseverance, and that's exactly what Adam Henrique has done throughout his career. You're right, he is off to a great start this season with 5 points on the year already.
And that's probably the fewest he should have. Here's Connor Sherry dangling for the New York Rangers. Speaking of being unable to finish, the Rangers are second in the league in goals against, but are next to last in the league in goals. Nugent Hopkins playing on a line with McDavid and Mangiapane tonight. New York able to clear. You see Ekholm and Bouchard reunited as a pair. Here's a save made by Skinner.
Yeah, the Rangers, as they did in the 14th, a quick start for them. The first shift in the offensive zone, trying to hem the Draisaitl line in. This is Carson Soucy as he jumps up in the play, activates, and he gets tangled up with Nugent Hopkins as he follows through on the forehand side and goes right through the left pad of Skinner, who wisely gets out of the way as much as he can. He's got to make the save first, though.
Will Cooley wins the draw back to Soucy. Panarin whips a shot that's redirected just wide by Cooley. Flung up the left-hand side and a good pickoff by Soucy. Worked in the offensive zone. Trent Frederick starting to find his game. Emerson over to Kulak. Hit shot redirected on net and a save made by Igor Shesterkin.
That's a good save. When the puck's not going to the net, you're going to start sniffing on the offensive side of things. And he's really tried to show the players why not to do that. And feels that if they keep buying in.
Stepping up is Matt Savoy for the Oilers. Took a wrist shot that was blocked. The rebound handled by Frederick. Back inside to Savoy. He'll spin and dish. One-timer Nerds. Double deflection. Well handled by Shesterkin. McDavid off the draw. Hunting down that puck, though, will be Carrick. He's under pressure and lost the handle. And now McDavid's in charge of the puck. Connor McDavid scored twice in the win over Utah on Tuesday. Cross-ice pass. Picked off. Brodzinski's got a breakaway. In on Skinner. Backhander score. Bouchard the turnover. And Johnny Brodzinski makes him pay. His first of the year. And the Rangers take the lead.
Brodzinski, he reads this. Watch this. He's down low, but he knows this is going D to D. And he's a little bit hidden by the forward hide. But at the moment he breaks out of that coverage, he knows the pass is coming across. Just a little stick to send out of the zone. And give him credit. A great finish on the backhand side under pressure. But look at this. He reads this pass. D to D from Bouchard to Ekholm. Little stick on the puck sends it his way.
Made a very good save on Lafreniere heading into the break. Darnell Nurse takes the breakout pass and lifts to the corner for Vasily Podkolzin. Got smashed into the boards. Made the play over to Jack Roslovic. Showing one-timer. Wallman and then Nurse scores. Wallman showed one-timer, dished, and Darnell Nurse pounds home the equalizer. We're tied at 1.
To take that away from Miller right in front, and then the passing. Wallman activates out of the corner. It's a nice pass from Roslovic right onto the tape, and he finds Darnell Nurse, and he one-times it. Doesn't hesitate. You can see Shesterkin coming from right to left. Tries to get into that position, but he's opened up.
Will get the second assist. Here's Nugent Hopkins from McDavid with a shot that's tipped over the net by Vladislav Gavrikov, who, of course, was with the LA Kings for 3 consecutive. Brodzinski almost with a giveaway, and now Roslovic, a beautiful steal on Soucy. Here's a shot, and Henrique stopped. Blocker save made by Shesterkin.
This game for playing 1,000 games, and he almost makes it 2-1. Terrific save by Shesterkin. Pass from Roslovic, the laser by Henrique. Shesterkin says no way.
In the National Hockey League. Here's Podkolzin. Draisaitl in front. Quick shot. Podkolzin stopped by Shesterkin.
Coming at him, puts it off the side of his net. That's a turnover they don't get. Has a defensive nose for the game. Plays with an edge, and kind of figured coming into Nashville he was going to be a little bit more of a player.
Another turnover and a save. Shesterkin.
Wide. And then this one bobbling through right into the slot.
And a good read by Soucy.
Yep.
Breaking loose is Lafreniere. Open. Sherry to the net. And he fired it high and wide. Wow. Bouchard returns to McDavid. Power play down to 5 seconds. Draisaitl with a game tie. Down low. Here's a shot. Henrique and a save. Rebound score. First in the National Hockey League for Matt Savoy. 2-1 Edmonton.
After this one, he's been buzzing around and had some great opportunities. And this is Henrique's going to get this puck, and then he just tries to feather this one through, and he stays with it. The second chop goes off the shin pads.
And it's sent in deep by Ike Howard. Cross ice, off a deflection, and that was spooned out successfully by Lafreniere. So a power play goal for the Edmonton Oilers. They're 7th in their last 14. Here's a shot from a sharp angle by Nurse, and Shesterkin wasn't sure where that was, Louis. His pads kind of slid beneath the goal line, and Nurse is motioning like he wouldn't mind a quick check upstairs.
And Darnell Nurse is trying to add to it as he tries the sharp angle bank off the back of Shesterkin. Shesterkin somehow is able to hold on to this one.
Whoa. I don't know how that didn't crawl across the line. Here's Peter
After
McDougall.
review, it was determined that the puck that was sitting on the pad completely crossed the goal line. We have a goal.
There you go.
It's a goal.
Darnell Nurse. And Sullivan, he didn't have to wait too long. Stays in the Metro Division. Will Cooley breaks free. Drags to his backhand. And the rebound is ripped home. Braden Schneider following it up. And New York's right back in the game at 3-2.
You're going to see this. This shot from Wallman gets knocked down. It's actually friendly fire. Trying to put it on net, and it goes right back to the wall. It's chipped out of the zone. Cooley wins the race. And now this was a terrific first save, but the second one opportunity on the rebound is Schneider, who gets all the way up the ice. You're going to see him come from behind, and he buries that one. Doesn't get picked up en route to the net. He's the human torch right now.
2-on-1. Roslovic and Draisaitl. Gavrikov back. Roslovic centers. Draisaitl denied by Shesterkin. New York will finish up a 4-game swing in Seattle while Edmonton plays host to Chicago on Saturday. The Blackhawks tasted defeat tonight in Winnipeg 6-3. Here's Radish shooting and scoring, and this game is tied. The Rangers with 2 in the third, and we've got a brand new hockey game.
Just a puck that does not get cleared out by Bouchard. We've talked about the sticks and knocking down pucks, and this one knocked down just inside the line. It was right on the offensive line, but I think Sherry does a nice job to get onside. And a little shovel pass to Taylor Radish, who can really shoot the puck. And that quick release right there, up over the pad, below the glove. Catches.
Yeah, and it looked like they weren't going to be able to capitalize on him. That once they got the goal by Schneider.
Here's Roslovic to Draisaitl, back to Roslovic, and it stayed out. Shesterkin was.
Here's the chance by Roslovic. Give and go with Draisaitl, and here it looks like he could shoot it, gives it back, and somehow for Roslovic, he hesitates too. He corrals this puck, tries to elevate just.
Nugent Hopkins to Bouchard. McDavid. Nugent Hopkins. McDavid fires. No. Rebound kicked out to Bouchard. McDavid. Darnell Nurse. He has had a phenomenal game, and he might have just created a 2-on-1, but close it for victory. Denied. Shesterkin for a 4th time tonight. Draisaitl was down and out, Louis, and Lafreniere did not press the advantage there. Here's JT Miller, weaving his way around Draisaitl. Miller to the net, scores! And the captain completes the comeback for the New York Rangers, who prevail 4-3 in overtime.
What's the play we just saw in overtime? 1:20 of power play time killed off by the Rangers, and JT Miller, who's had great success against the Oilers in his career, especially as a Vancouver Canuck, drives this one, goes backhand to forehand, quickly puts it by Stuart Skinner. He walks this one all the way to the net and buries it for the overtime game-winning goal in a game in which the Rangers score 3 unanswered goals to take this one down 3-1 going into the third period. They win it in overtime.
Schneider and Lafreniere were the helpers and mark this one down if you're a Ranger.